everyone, my name is Min and I'm your Dead DM, and today we are going to talk a little bit about the Stand With Animation strikes to get a better union deal for TAG, the Animation Guild. As you might know if you've been around my channel for a while, I am a former SCAD alumni. Former SCAD students become alumni if they graduate. Wow, my words. I get yeah, I just want to go over a little bit of what's been going on in case you're not familiar. Animation is very important to me. I went to college for animation. I worked in Los Angeles for a little while. I'm working on an indie animated series, and I love seeing other indie animated series and just animation being taken seriously in the first place, which if you've seen some of the Stand With Animation stuff, you know is not what's been up. So I'm not gonna talk much more at this. I've done this intro a few too many times. Hi, new screen. We're gonna be going through the Animation Workers Ignite. We're gonna be going over some of their like TikTok-esque videos because they've been posting on TikTok, but we're gonna go through the Twitter page and kind of just take a look at some of the stuff. If you're not familiar with what's been going on, if you remember the writer's strike that happened last year for union writers and actors, the writers and the actors came together to make a better deal. That's basically what's happening with animation. There is a big push in corporate animation to try and replace artists with AI, so they're trying to get fair and good deals about not doing that, because AI, regardless of how you feel about the technology, AI is trained on other people's work, and under how copyright works, there's really right now not an ethical way to make an AI model that doesn't commit copyright infringement. So that's a whole other topic that I could go on a rant about. But regardless of how you feel about the technology, it's normally always going to be built on people's work who haven't consented to that. And so union workers are trying to be like, hey, don't do that. Why don't you just pay real artists a real living wage? There's some of that going on. They're also in discussions about outsourcing animation to countries like Korea and Japan. If you're not familiar, that's the way Steven Universe was animated, and I think SpongeBob and a couple other things have been animated in Korea now. That's becoming a more popular way of getting things animated, is by outsourcing 2D animation to countries where it's cheaper, which sucks because those jobs are taken away from Americans, but also the treatment of the people doing those jobs is horrendous. Like, I read a story from, I think, Animation Workers Ignite, because they were publishing stories about a kid whose parents were animators, and they would have to bring a bunch of work home, and they would only get like one day off a week, and they would have to take work home on that one day off a week. Insane. I have no problem in theory outsourcing animation to other countries if it's done ethically, but really we have so many animators here in the US. Just pay people. That's my whole thing. Just pay people to do the things that they're supposed to do, no matter where you get it done. So we're gonna look at some of these memes. If you've seen that meme. But TAG hasn't had a strike in 40 years and it didn't work. And it's fucking Elmo getting Yes, so that was a huge thing as well. Animation was the only thing that could continue creation during COVID, because people could just take the work home. They could just take their computers home. They could get company issued computers, and they could just go home and do it. So let's read some of these headlines. The pandemic animation boom, how cartoons became king in the time of COVID. Why animation content is thriving during the pandemic. Rising wave of animation, impact of COVID. How coronavirus has animated one section of the film industry. With live action on lockdown, animation is hotter than ever. You're going to see more animation. Thanks, pandemic. Warner Brothers shelves John Cena Coyote. Okay, so I think this is where it's starting to take that turn. Lightyear director and producer among massive layoffs at Pictures, biggest purge at studio in the last decade. So within like 2 years, they went from, oh, animation's the greatest, you're gonna see so much animation. And then they're like, hey, our stupid ideas aren't doing very well. Executives get hung up on like, here, Lightyear director and producer among massive layoffs at Pixar, biggest purge at the studio in the last decade. That's because Lightyear was a bad movie. That's because they're coming up with all of these half-baked spin-offs of things that people didn't want to see. Like, I am personally all for reworking franchises and reworking ideas that have previously been explored. If you know my content and the things I talk about and the things I'm interested in, public domain is a huge thing I am interested in. But the whole thing is, a studio has an interest in keeping their IP in like a certain direction. So when they try and spin it a completely different way, they don't want to like taint what already exists. They don't want to like make something vastly different because that makes some people upset. But you don't get a new audience from doing that. So Paramount brand lays off 25% of the US staff as MTV News shuts down. DreamWorks Animation lays off 33 employees as NBC Universal cuts cost. Sony-owned Destiny developer Bungie lays off dozens of employees. So this is kind of going into how game design also is laying off a bunch of people. Oh, that's teeny tiny text. The series are 2 animated series to be impacted by cutting cost measures at Warner Brothers Discovery. In mid-August, HBO Max culls 36 shows and movies from its platform, including Cartoon Network's beloved Infinity Train and other cartoons like OKKO, Let's Be Heroes, and the Big Drama Generation. Other family programs like Sesame Street spin-offs, It's Not Too Late show with Elmo, have been cut as well. So yeah, that's a whole thing as well, is if you've most likely seen people talking about HBO pulling Infinity's Train, Over the Garden Wall, and a bunch of other beloved cartoon series. Got some more memes.
And there's no money in here.
Yeah, mood. I like that. What's this? Okay, so this is Cartoon Brew, which I love Cartoon Brew. The 7 most streamed films last year were all animated. So Moana, glad Moana's still going. Encanto, the Mario movie I think was fantastic. I have not seen Elementals, not super interested, but cool. I think this is the new Despicable Me. I think this is Sing 2, which I loved Sing 2, and I think this was Frozen 1. And over to the side, it's the animation workers, Ignite, saying, once again, animation is shown to be hugely lucrative for streamers who don't want to pay animation workers fairly.
I will take the ring to Mordor.
I will help you bear this burden, Frodo Baggins, as long as it is yours to bear.
You have my sword. And you have my bow.
And my axe.
Mr. Frodo's not going anywhere without me. Wait! We're coming too! And it's all tied up in a sack to stop us. Anyway,
You need people of intelligence on this sort of mission. Quest. Thing.
9 companions.
So be it. You shall be the Fellowship of the Ring.
Right. Where are we going?
That's pretty good. Let's see, what's this? Okay, this is interesting. So this is actually an apology for that Lord of the Rings bit I just showed. It comes to our attention that editors were left out of the recent Lord of the Rings meme video. This is an enormous oversight on our meme maker shall be punished severely. Editors are a valuable and integral part of animation process. Also, Sauron is the AMPTP. Peace and love to editors. So, I like that. But that just goes to show there are so many pieces of this industry that don't get the respect they deserve, even from other parts of the industry. I didn't need that bass boosted. I'll turn that down. But yeah, so that's a meme about animators being thrown out.
Give it to me like...
Okay, so this says, when he takes you out to dinner first and then burns the restaurant down for the insurance money. Okay, I think here's where they started moving into more memes. Here's ICPs.
Hey, Animation Guild. I'm Shaggy Tudo from ICP, as if you didn't know. And if you don't know, I don't know what the fuck to tell you besides, hey, listen, I want all you juggalos and juggalettes to fill out your AI surveys. The motherfucker's sitting right in front of your face. You know what I'm saying? You know what a survey is. It's a conglomeration of questions that ask you shit. Listen, you don't want to get replaced by robots, do you? Robots and super smart supercomputers, Terminator style. Picture Terminator fucking sitting down and drawing animation. You don't want that shit, do you? Guess what? It won't even take a miracle to beat the AI. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna take a whole team of fucking animators sitting around figuring out how magnets work. You know what I'm saying? All it'll take is a united front by you motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? That's all it'll take. So check it out. We'll see you at the gathering. Cloud love and whoop whoop.
Whoop whoop. Yeah, so I like ICP. So this is the fill out AI survey from April.
Yo, what is up to the Animation Guild? It is Mark McGrath from the band Sugar Ray. It's time to fill out your AI surveys. You don't want to get replaced by robots, do you? It's the human experience that makes the animation so great. Animators, I would never let you or the guild down. Let's give it a shot. I just hate AI. Don't take my job, baby. Don't take my job, baby. Yeah. So look, animators.
Adam Conover from Adam Ruins Everything is in them. So here's the first one.
I'm drinking actual alcohol.
This is alcohol too, actually.
I'm so glad all those strikes are over. Now no contract negotiations can come between me and my friends.
Actually, movies and TV still has a big fight ahead of it.
Huh? I thought the unions got the contracts they wanted.
The writers and actors sure did, but the Animation Guild is under direct threat from greedy corporations who want to pay artists that make the shows you love less and less, so it's hard for them to afford rent, keep a stable job, not to mention replace all the artists with soulless AI.
Now generating kid-friendly content.
If you back the writers and actors, the Animation Guild will need the same public support.
Lord, forgive me, but it's time to go back to the old me.
Oh, that's not necessary, at least not yet. For now, follow this account and stay tuned for more information on how to help Tag's upcoming battle. Animation is under attack. Which side are you on?
So that was the first video I saw on TikTok. I've been kind of following this for a while because I like animation. So that's kind of where I started finding this account, they started doing these animated shorts talking about it, which I think it's really smart to kind of get the attention of people interested in animators and animation, having little animated shorts. So here's the next one.
Who did this?
Who else? The studios. And the critically acclaimed Coyote vs. Acme that the studio will never let see the light of day isn't the only casualty. The entire animation industry is in trouble. Mergers and corporate greed have led to waves of layoffs, shows being deleted and canceled, and the looming threat of AI has put animation workers in a dangerous position, and it's only getting worse.
Want to mess with tunes, huh? I'll show them how a tune fights back.
Love the enthusiasm, but there are other ways to help. Help spread the word by posting about your favorite cartoons that got canceled with hashtag #CanceledCartoons, and stay tuned for more information on how to help tag by following this account. Animation is under attack. Which side are you on?
I can't believe it took a few rewatches to realize it's like, if you're familiar with the Lost meme, there was like a webcomic where it's like a guy rushes in, talks to the nurse, talks to the doctor, and the person is dead. That's like old internet meme culture that I'm sure most people know. Here's another animated short.
Hey, animation workers, do you feel either overworked and crazy or unemployed and scared?
I'm losing my shit!
We feel this way because CEOs make billions on animation but pay animators so little we can barely pay our rent. But here's the best thing we can do to fight back.
Oh no, they want to be paid fairly for their hard work and talent!
If you're in the animation union, you have a super important survey in your email to tell the union what you want them to fight for. You can list your top priorities, from protecting our jobs against AI to wage increases, and you can tell the union what you'd be willing to do to get those rights. The more people fill this out, the more we can lift each other up and get the deal that we deserve. And if this video gets 50 shares, we'll release an insane video that you won't believe. If you're an animation union member, you can fill out the survey right now using this QR code or the link below.
I have an important message for the Animation Guild. You have less than a week to fill out your animation negotiations survey. And if you don't, then fuck off. This isn't just some chicken shit game. This is war. The corporations are trying to eat your fucking lunch. And you're gonna just let them pay you nothing and let AI take your jobs? Eh? No. We gotta win. And if you fill out the survey, I just might respect you. Now, sincerely, fuck off.
So all of this, again, is in the past, July 5th, where I'm kind of going through the history of modern history of what's been going on.
Hello, everyone. It is me. I have an important message for the Animation Guild. Fill out your animation service. Be a special person. If you do it, I will do a little dance for you. If you don't do it, you will have to marry your mother-in-law.
You have to marry your mother-in-law.
Marry your mother-in-law.
I like them using memes. Oh, it's another ICP one. I don't think I've seen this one.
Hey! Animation Guild! 'Tis I again, Shaggy Two Dope from Insane Clown Posse. Listen up! I want to thank all my animation juggalos for filling out the last survey, but we're coming back at you with another one. Fill out your negotiation surveys. I need you to not negotiate your way out of filling this shit out. Now look, if we're strong enough, and I know we are because we did it last time, we can protect ourselves from AI and outsourcing. Unless, of course, that it's Cyberdyne Systems and we're battling Skynet and their army of Terminators. In that situation, I think we're all just fucked. But it's not that. It's simple AI and simple outsourcing, and we can beat that. We don't got to deal with that shit. We ain't getting screwed by them no more. Survey time, you know what I'm saying? So fill it out today, and we'll all be popping Fago at the Dark Carnival together. Fill it out, quickly, before the Terminators come and kill all of us.
There are elements of the ICP guy, especially Shaggy Two Dope, that reminds me a little bit of my dad. There's another animated one. I think this one's about Cartoon Network, if I remember right. Here we go.
Wow, so this is where cartoons get made.
Not anymore. Cartoon Network is essentially dead. And other big animation studios are not far behind.
What the hell? What happened to all the animation workers?
A lot of them are unemployed, in record numbers in fact, and many have been unemployed for upwards of a year.
But they carried the industry during the pandemic.
That's right. When COVID first hit, animation was able to operate completely remotely, making it one of the only forms of entertainment that could continue production uninterrupted. But studios decided to pay them back by canceling projects, outsourcing jobs, and laying off artists en masse.
But why would they do that?
Why else? Greed. Big studios make their finances look better by reducing spending and cutting staff. CEOs and executives reaping the monetary benefits for themselves.
So they want to reap, huh? I'll show them reap.
I don't think you'll be doing much with a plastic scythe, but you can help by spreading the word. Post about your favorite Cartoon Network shows you wish were still around using hashtag RIP Cartoon Network, and stay tuned for more ways to help tag by following this account. Animation is under attack. Which side are you on?
So this was July 8th. One does not simply do free work. Okay, and I think this was the most recent of the animated information ones, and this one is about AI.
Cartoons are the greatest. I can't wait to see what amazing cartoons come out in the future. What's happening?
Oh, this? This is the animation future that greedy execs want.
I don't understand!
It's AI, procedurally generated images made by machines that big studios want to use to replace artists.
Why is it like this?
Because it's nothing but regurgitated data lacking humanity, and greedy companies want to replace human workers with it, which means the artists that create the shows and characters you love will lose their rent money, healthcare, and livelihoods.
Long live the new Flash!
That's right, you can help prevent animation from becoming an AI hellscape by talking about your favorite anime and cartoons with hashtag human art.
And by supporting the Animation Guild at the kickoff rally on August 10th. Details in the description below.
Animation is under attack. Which side are you on?
And me!
So let's take a look at some of the other stuff we got now. Got a new ICP one.
Hey, Animation Guild! Basically, like your new mascot. Eat shit, Taggy. The last thing I need you to do is to come to the Stand With Animation rally. We're not talking about sit without fucking animation being lame as fuck committee. No! Stand With Animation rally this Saturday, coming up August 10th, going on at 5 p.m. This is the fight of your lives. You know what I'm saying? Get fair wages. Your animation motherfuckers. Time to get these fair wages. Time to fight AI. Kick AI right in the fucking asshole. Stand up and show the studios they can't push you around. No more of that shit. Fair wages time. They can suck a d. You know what I'm saying? If you all show up, you can win the contract you deserve. So check it out. Be there this Saturday. Peace. Chicken grease. Clown loving. Whoop, whoop.
Whoop, whoop. So I don't know. I don't know why they censored sucking dick and not like every time he says fuck. Okay, so this was, the tag has got the energy and the spark. So this was posted August 11th, and this was, that. Oh, we got more Adam Conover!
So let's talk about what the AMPTP actually is. The AMPTP is a cartel-like structure by which all of these companies that are normally competitors, Netflix, Amazon, Apple, CBS, they all get together for one purpose, which is to figure out new ways to pay their workers less. Literally, the AMPTP sits in a room all year long and negotiates with different unions like the writers, the directors, the actors, the crew unions, and those unions say to them, hey, our workers can't afford to live anymore. They need more money. And the AMPTP's job is to say no. The basic bargain is that the AMPTP has told its member companies, if you outsource all of your labor negotiations to us, we sit in that conference room instead of you, we'll make sure that your labor costs stay low. They'll only rise 1% or 2% every year. You never have to think about labor negotiations ever again. Ted Sarandos and David Zaslav and all the other CEOs have outsourced the dirty work to the AMPTP so they don't have to do it themselves and they can keep their hands clean. But we're not going to let them. 1 or 2% is not enough for us, because far more than that has been taken away from us over the last 10 years by the companies eroding our wages and working conditions, causing our pay to fall 23% over just the past decade. We are on strike to remind them that they need writers, that they can't make any profits without us, and therefore they need to come down from the top floor of their office building and negotiate with us directly and make a fair deal. And until they do, we will be out here. We've been out here 6 weeks. We'll be out here as long as it takes. Until then, no writing.
So if you were watching the writer's strike stuff last year, this is a repost from that. AMPTP is the group, and on the Animation Workers Ignite, it's talking about, this is an explanation from Adam Conover on TikTok last year during the writer's strike. Okay, we only got one video left, and then that's where this is right now. So this was posted on August 14th. So today, this was posted today. So it says, today is the third day of negotiations between the Animation Guild and the AMPTP. Thank you, TAG Negotiations Committee, for staying strong and accepting nothing less than great contractors for animation. Remember to stay, that's basically where we end. If you want to learn more, this is the Animation Guild, animationguild.org. If you want to help, you can go to the Animation Workers Ignite Twitter and follow them on Twitter. You can do the hashtags like Stand With Animation, hashtag Human Art, hashtag Cancel Cartoons or RIP Cartoon Network, and you got all of this content, like here's from the Animation Guild. Yeah, so that could be a separate video of me going through and seeing if the Animation Guild has some fun meme videos. Let me know if you want me to do that, because there's a lot here I'm seeing just on scrolling through. But do stuff with those hashtags. Really, it's really important that we support animators, and I would recommend really check out the Animation Guild, check out Animation Workers Ignite, check out Animation Stories Group. Like, currently there are a lot of ways you can help, even if you can't be at the actual protest in Burbank. So, with all that said, my name is Min. I've been your Dead DM. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and tell me some of the shows that you miss or that have been canceled, or if you're working on an indie animated series, tell me anything you have to tell about animation. And until next time, I think I already said it, but like, comment, and subscribe, and have a wonderful day.